live tonight. Take it to the bank NASCAR prop show for the Food City 500 at Bristol Motor Speedway. Hit that like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're not already a member, and you could use the code NASCAR is back for a 1-week free trial at Nuke the House. What's up, Maddie, in the chat? What's up, Pretzel Cards, my guy? Meyer is here with me. Coop still dealing with some stuff at home. Adam, did you have it? You probably didn't because you've been really busy. I have no idea if you had a chance to watch the show that I did on Tuesday night, but I spent the first about 20 minutes of it having a group therapy session. Probably more for myself than anybody else, but we're going.
Did you feel better afterwards?
I did. Yeah. I did. I mean, I don't feel good about how much money I've lost the last 3 weeks. I don't feel good about that. But dude, you know me. First of all, you know me as well as anybody knows me with my relationships on the internet. And you know what happens to my house when we're not running very good. I'm really proud of myself that I didn't buy a door this week. Sam didn't have to go buy any spackle or sheetrock. Like, I feel
there's no way you're in there sheetrock in the house.
I feel growth. I feel like I'm growing. You know what I mean? Oh, Brian's here. What's up, Brian? Brian's gonna come hang out with us on one show. On one of the NASCAR prop shows too. Chris Wormy was supposed to come hang out tonight, but yeah, something came up. He couldn't. But he'll be on at some point to go over the props market with us 1 week. So how you feeling, Adam Meyer? You want to tell everybody about those new stats you found out about Ryan Blaney?
Do we want to relive this as a group?
Yeah,
as a group?
Why wouldn't we?
All right. So for those wondering at home, Ryan Blaney has run 60% of his average laps inside the top 10. And he in a pretty good clip, he has the most fastest laps as well. Nothing to show for it. Couple of DNFs, couple outside the top 10s. And a more alarming stat for Ryan Blaney would be that he has 71 he's plus 71 in green flag pass differential while running in the top 10.
Think about how
number
that is absurd.
Is more than double any other driver this year.
That is absurd.
In a car that you can't pass in.
Yeah, I know.
Absurd. And this is excluding pit cycles.
Brian said that the tears for Blaney are never ending, dude. And Meyer, this is crazy. I don't even remember this during the race because I had already bet him pre-race. And I know that we bet him a few times during the race, but he got on him live at 12-1 and 10-1. Brian in the chat.
Oh, I mean, that's just disgusting.
At 12-1 and 10-1 during the race. So he would have made even more money than we would have made. It's just crazy. I don't know. But here's the thing. I'm staying positive, bro. And I'll tell you why. Because we've been fucking right every single race. Every race. So I'm just going to stay positive. We're just going to keep doing what we do. And yeah, that's it. So let's get into it, Meyer. Outrights. So here's where I'm at. We'll go over this because I didn't have a chance to really talk to you. I think you're basically in the same boat that I am. You're in a tough spot this week. You either take the shot on the people that you think are going to qualify well in this race because the winner has started in the top 5, 7 of the last 8 races at Bristol. So you're either swinging for people that you think are going to qualify in the top 3 rows, which, don't get me wrong, I do think that it is predictable who you think will be, to some degree, who you think will be in the top 3 rows. Or You wait for the grid to be set and then bet accordingly. The issue, sports books also know 7 of the last 8 winners have started in the top 5, right? So I would assume after PQ, the odds are going to be dreadful for those people that are up front. So it puts you in a spot now where you're either taking your shot at the prices now because they are the people that we are going to want to bet are not going to get any better. I expect Larson to qualify well. I expect Elliott to qualify well. I expect Denny to qualify well. And I expect Bell to qualify well. Those would be my top 4 of people. Ryan Blaney, I'm not sure. But I think for him specifically, it doesn't matter where he starts on the grid because he's in a SpaceX rocket right now. So who cares where he starts on the grid? But for everybody else, I do think that it probably matters in a big way. I think Elliott would. Did I mention Elliott?
Mhm.
Yeah, Elliott, Larson,
Hamlin and
Denton.
Bell.
Yeah, those would be my top 4 guys that I think that you can count on to qualify well. And then obviously, Chase Briscoe could qualify well here. Alex Bowman's probably going to qualify well here if, the last couple of years are any indication, although he went backwards. But where are you at in terms of like theory for the outright market? Do you plan on getting involved before practice and qualifying? What are you thinking right now?
Well, like looking at like the number of fastest laps and just the sheer number of laps led, right? There's a big shift towards Bell, Larson, and Denny. So with Larson and Denny where they're currently at, like even if they go out and put it on the front row, what's their number at? Like, what could it actually come back at? 3? Do you think it gets
3.
sub 3?
I considering Larson led 460 laps in the fall, if he's starting in the top 2 rows and what is he right now? 490 best price at FanDuel.
Best price, yes.
He could be 280. That wouldn't shock
So
me.
so what I was thinking is like I would almost want to wait. The problem is if we wait, we're going to be severely limited on options of what you're going to tie to them to get the numbers up.
Right.
If you don't put them in your pocket now.
Right.
So maybe it's a case of depending on UFC and all that, maybe we wait for the longer shots that we see where they're going to actually fall on the grid and then try to get those numbers up. But Brian brought up a point that I was going to get to is Larson is going out mega early for qualifying.
Yeah, he would be the second guy where I don't really think it matters where he qualifies. But I see your point. I sent you like when you and I were talking about it during the week, I sent you that screenshot of like the last 6 or 7 people to qualify. I think there's a very good chance that those are the guys, especially with a lot of them being killers like Denny, Bell, Blaney, Elliott, and Byron
Yeah,
qualify in the
that's what I'm saying.
final
I'm not
6.
sure what I would do with Larson.
Mm, yeah, I get it, but boy, I don't know. I kind of feel like it probably might not matter for him either.
Yeah, but
But
the price won't go down if he's not in the first 4 rows. Like I think all those guys towards the end, they get all that data, right? That's the other thing. They get all that SMT data while those guys are qualifying.
I would agree with you that if he doesn't qualify in the first 4 rows, it probably doesn't go down that much.
It could just stay the same too. I mean, obviously the books are pretty hip to it. They're not going to move him up.
It could stay the same, but I mean, I think that's a tough ask. Like, I mean, if he qualifies outside the top 25, okay. I could say he's led 535 laps here.
Well, he just led 430 at the last one.
Yeah. But I mean, he's run around inside the top 8 in every stage since 2021.
Yeah, in the next gen car, he's just a killer here. I mean, this is his arena. Him and
And
Denny's arena.
and he's also qualified on the front row. He's qualified in the top 5. I mean, like, when you look at where he's qualified,
Well,
throw
his
out
average
that.
start isn't that great, right? I think it's like 13.3, but his average finish is
Yeah,
3.3.
it's
Now that's
13.3. It's
crazy.
13.3, but he started 36th in one race. So, I
Yeah, I
mean,
mean, what do you want me to tell you? Like, I think that it's a significant blow to him to have to qualify that early for one, and all those good cars that come after him. Like, I think he has a really tough shot of putting it on the front row.
he's just so good here too, man.
Yes. Yeah, he literally put the field to sleep in the fall race. You could have shut the TV off in stage 1 and not missed anything.
Yeah, I mean, like, there are, like, I know normally you and I are like looking for the value. Like, I think there's probably some value on Busher this week. I think there's value on Briscoe this week. I think there's probably value on Bowman this week. But I just have this feeling that one of the big 4 or 5 are going to win this race. Like, when you consider that Bell, Elliott, and Blaney were the 3 best guys in the short track package in 2024, and then you see how good 2 out of the 3 qualify here, and then the other guy is literally running nitrous when the rest of the field is just running combustion engine. Like, I think it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for one of these longer shots, I think, to win the race, barring late fuckery, a late caution, somebody gets off pit road first late out of nowhere, like Denny Hamlin last week at Darlington. Can that happen? That could happen, and somebody could pick up the pieces for sure. But I don't know. Like, when you look at Roush, they're pretty good here, but but I don't know.
Yeah, it's like when you look at the average finish versus the average running position for these guys, those big 3 are in their own world. That
Right,
Larson, Denny, Bell, they're just in their own world here.
right.
And like it's boring to say, but it feels like a really chalky race
And
for
how do you not respect Elliott too? Like, like, especially in that fall race late, he was coming, man. He was really good. After watching that race back, I thought obviously Larson had the best car. And after that, I thought it was Bell and Elliott.
Elliott
Probably
had the fastest 4th segment speed.
yeah. Yeah. So I that's where I'm at this week. I really think one of the big 4, and Denny's got a legitimate shot this week to win 3 in a row. Strong shot.
He's gonna put my under 3.5 season wins ticket in the dirt before summer.
Yeah. And I was just telling Adam, how sick is it for Run Pure subscribers that we should have cashed our Ryan?
Wait a minute.
Uh,
You just called them Run Peer subs.
oh, did I really? Sorry.
Flip it,
Sorry.
rewind it. Don't worry, we're not live. Of course we're live. Pick up the pieces. Let's go.
Sorry. My guy. So I meant Nuke the House subs, obviously. We should have cashed.
Yang saw it live.
Fuck you, Yeg. We should have cashed our Ryan Blaney over 2.5 season wins 7 weeks into the year. The fact that he's got no wins. He's
Zero.
got 0 wins. And we should have already cashed our over 2.5 wins.
Yeah.
What do you
Thanks,
want?
Kyle Larson.
In the immortal
150
words,
laps around, fucking participating like Catherine Legg.
in the immortal words of one fucking schmuck in Jersey City, what do you want me to tell you? What do you want me to tell you? All right,
All right, so the actual strategy for your outrights, are you looking to get on these shorter numbers now while you have options, while you have PFL, UFC, fill in the blank, right? F1,
well,
everything in between.
I'll tell you what my goal was this week: to bet the race live and just bet most fastest laps, and then they never came out.
Yeah, I don't know if we shut that down or what. Caesars has fast lap, but they don't have most, or DK didn't offer most, or just fastest. So I don't know if it's because we're on a short track and they just don't want to get involved this week, but it'll be curious to see if they bring it back next week. There was a lot of value on those numbers, man. Still sick we didn't take that Byron one.
My gut says that they didn't offer that because of what Kyle Larson did in the fall at this track.
But essentially, they would just open him at the same number as his line, was what they have been doing, his outright price.
Now, Stein said, well, then why don't we just bet qualifying instead of the race?
I don't even know how I feel about that.
Like, I feel good about who's going to be in the top 5, the top 6.
But the numbers are bad.
And you got to get the guy that is on the pole. And it's just so fucking hard to do, man.
And you only get one shot at it this year. You don't get like the drivers only get one shot. They don't get that Group A, Group B, Final 10.
I'll tell you what I'm not against though, dude, because we know how good Toyota tends to qualify. Denny Hamlin and Chris Bell are the last 2 guys to qualify.
Yeah, I was looking at that number at 120.
I wouldn't. What Toyota to qualify on the pole?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even see that. But I wouldn't be against maybe taking the shot on Denny and Bell to get the pole, like maybe just 2 guys. Because if we bet it the way we're going to bet the race, the outright market, we're going to have to bet 5 or 6 guys. And I don't feel like being down 6,000 before the fucking weekend starts, because it has been rough the last 3 weeks.
You don't feel like flipping another unit into the wishing well?
No. I mean, Bryson can't just pay me out for $20K. He can't just do his fucking job this weekend. Is that too much to ask? So like I wouldn't be against maybe taking the shot on Denny and Bell. What's Bell to get the pole?
350.
God, that's so low.
No, they're not getting. I mean, BR's got 4, but I mean, it's not like I said. It's not very lucrative.
What's Denny?
He's 4 as well.
Are they the 2 favorites?
Mm-hmm.
And then who's 3rd and 4th?
Larson and Blaney, or Larson and Elliott, depending on what book you look at.
I was talking to Brian. He bet Busher at 35 to 1, I think, to get the pole. Like when you look, he's definitely qualifying better than he has in the past this year.
Mm-hmm.
But he hasn't qualified very well at Bristol, but he's run very well here. But he is one of those last 6 guys to go. I mean, could it happen? It could. It's a dart for sure at 35 to 1. But I mean, could it happen?
Yeah, I mean, at the number, I don't blame anybody for taking from where he's qualifying on the grid. I mean,
right,
or in the groups.
He's starting 33rd or 34th, I think. That's not terrible. My gut says Bell, Denny, Byron, or Elliott get the pole. Blaney.
I mean, what
is
do you like? You know
first
who goes overlooked to me this week is Bubba. I know we talk about it a lot, but man, he qualified second here last year. He's been fast this year.
Yeah. Where's he starting?
I think he had
Group A or B?
he is in Group B. He's gonna be 25th off the grid. So
Where's he? Let's see where he's actually. God, the bet we should have hit a couple monster bets on Bubba this year, where we've been just short. So he started basically in the top 10, the tail end of the top 10, the last 3 races here.
yeah, where he qualified second on a short track, but I must have been looking at, maybe it was Martinsville.
He definitely has more speed this year than he did last year by a lot. So, I could see
Yeah,
it.
I mean, I just in here you wonder if I was more interested in his positional bets and maybe a flyer on his Toyota number, but I mean, damn, you got to get by a lot of Toyotas.
If I was only going to bet one guy to get the pole, it would be Chris Bell. Considering how much of a monster he is at qualifying in general, how good he was at Bristol last year, and the fact that he's going to qualify second to last, he would probably be my one solo shot pick. And then second will probably be Denny. Not sure if I'll get involved. Not sure. Maybe, but not sure. All right. Top 5 market. Larson's minus 125. Denny minus 1. I'm looking at Bet365 right now. Larson minus 125. Denny minus 125. Bell minus 125. Wow, they're still hanging Ryan Blaney to top 5 at plus 150, huh? Fucking wild.
Like, I want to bet Denny. I just don't know, like, do I want to try to get his number up to plus money or just take the 120, 125? I mean, there's shops out there having minus 180 to top 5.
I would say that there's value on Elliott at plus 150. There's value on Blaney at plus 150. I don't mind that Denny or Bell number, to be honest, at minus 125. I don't mind that. I mean, I don't hate it, but you can't bet everybody. Like, that's a fair number for Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, and Bell to top 5, minus 125. That's fair.
Right. I mean, I imagine if Denny goes out and qualifies last and he puts it in the top 3, don't you just expect him to run in the top 3 all day?
Yeah, barring pit road penalty.
Yeah. Like,
Yep.
minus 120 seems like a fair price for him to finish inside the top 5, considering he's done it 3 out of the 4 times he's been here in the next gen car.
There are only 2 ways that these guys up front don't finish in the top 10 or top 5. Either they short pit and we get screwed like we did last week when
can you short pit here on a short track? You go down a lap.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You'll go down a lap. Yeah, that's true. So then the only way really is a pit road penalty or
lap traffic fucks you up.
Yeah. Or, you fall over the gun and then try to pick it up.
He fell over his tire and dropped the gun.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You just, as long as you're good on pit road, you're going to be up there all day.
Right. I wouldn't expect a lot of falling off. Like, Denny feels like a pretty, I don't even want to say the words. Denny feels like a pretty good bet at minus 120 to top 5.
Now, in terms of like, yeah, I don't mind like Elliott, like that. I don't. The three guys that, first of all, Denny's great here. He's got 2 of the last 4 wins. Don't mind him. We know what Larson does at Bristol. Don't mind him. And then you got the 3 best guys in the short track package in 2024: Bell, Blaney, and Elliott. I really don't mind any of them based on the price. Elliott at plus 150. That's pretty good, man. And obviously Blaney's fastest guy on track the last month and a half. So you can't argue with that. In terms of value, I don't mind Chris Buescher at plus 320. He could theoretically top 5 here. And Priest has been so good this year. He could theoretically top 5 here. Bubba plus 350. Been real fast this year.
The tough thing is, like you said, with the top 3 having so much equity in finishing top 5, there's not a lot of open spots.
Right. True. If I was going to bet this market, I would probably bet Denny, Bell, and Elliott.
That's where I landed. I don't, for some reason, I don't want to bet Larson, even though like the number's not bad, but just because of his qualifying position, and if he qualifies outside the top 10 and he's got to drive through these cars, I mean, there's just so much that could happen.
Willie B at plus 220 is not bad because he's going to qualify well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He could definitely be up there all day at plus 220. But I would say Denny, Bell, and Elliott. That's where you're at.
Yeah. My thing is, like, do I just bet Denny straight at the 120 and the Bell at minus 110, or do I just hang on? Or do I just try to parlay them to something and get like 175 2 to 1?
I would just bet him straight. Where's Bell minus 110?
ESPN's got minus 110, 110, 112 at BR. Not everybody's like you, bud.
No, quite literally everybody's like me at ESPN. The whole world can't bet at ESPN.
You can get minus 110 at MGM. You can get it at, let's see what DK's got.
Brian said, I avoided Larson fall 2023. He started at the rear and finished second.
He's a minus 120 at DK. So you can get minus 110 MGM. You can get minus 112 BR. You can get minus 120 at DK.
All right. Top 10.
I got a sneaky one in here.
All right. Wait.
But where, like, obviously you can't bet the guys we just talked about. Well, you could probably bet. Let's see.
You could probably start around Elliott. You can get that minus 250 down to even money if you wanted to. Buescher,
would you take a Priest at minus 120?
Yeah, I don't mind. I'm looking at even money. Him and Buescher at even money. I don't mind.
Plus 110 at MGM.
That's even better. I don't know why, dude. I'm just not feeling Keselowski. He's been good here too.
Yeah, remember how good they told us he was going to be at fucking Martinsville, and his fucking wheel nut falls off and he's running in the back and killed us all? I'm over Keselowski. Or Darlington, sorry.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, I'm over Keselowski. They're also telling you that fucking Ty Gibbs is minus 130 to top 10. Give me the no.
How about this? Ty Gibbs has led over 100 laps at Bristol 2 of the last 4.
Do you remember
He's
what happened to him last year?
he's actually really good here, and historically, like in Xfinity, he was lights out.
Last year, spring was the tire fiasco, right? That's why he lost.
I forget.
I'm pretty sure that spring
I
race last
watched
year was the tires melting at 30 laps.
I watched the fall race. I didn't watch the spring race yet.
Yeah, I think the spring one is when they had to literally bring more tires out to the track because they were melting. And then Gibbs couldn't manage any of the tire wear, and Denny and Marty just drove to the front because they just kept the tires alive.
So all right, hold on.
So
So yeah,
Priest is plus 110 at multiple shops. You can get that at BR, you can get it at Caesars, you can get it at MGM.
so I don't mind Byron if you can get the number down. I don't mind Elliott if you can get the number down. And I don't mind Briscoe at minus 120. I think Briscoe's going to be good. I don't know if that's best available. You have to shop it, but I don't mind it. I think his number should probably be even money. I think at even, it's a bet.
There's a minus 110 at MGM.
Briscoe, Priest, Busher, all around that plus 110 even money range. Don't mind it. My value plays would probably be Carson Hocevar
You're close.
at plus 375. Who are you going to say, Mar?
You were close.
McDowell?
Yep.
Oh, I can't. He's got no speed. Well, I talked about him. I talked about him on the Tuesday show because when you look at his results, they're solid. But go look at
Yeah,
what
but you can't pass on a short track, and Spire can qualify well.
Yeah, I know, but here I understand where you're coming from. On ovals this year, he's been 32nd, 23rd, 24th, 29th, and 13th. So he's one of the guys that I think will just qualify well and fall through the field like a rock. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I could be wrong.
I paid to see it. I bet it at 4-1. He's finished. Here's the crazy thing: that car should be theoretically faster than it was, and from last year. In his last 4 races here, he's finished 11th 3 times and 7th or 6th. His average finishing position over there is 9, just outside the top, or just under 10th. I figured if he can qualify well and just keep it on the damn track, he's got a decent shot.
I'm surprised that, well, yeah, but like he's not a front row anymore. That's right.
Right, he's a Spire.
Zane Smith, who's in that truck? Zane or that car?
Zane's in the 38.
Who's in the 34? Is that Gilly?
Gilliland.
He was my other guy. I kind of think that number is fair on him. 10-1. I mean, if that front row car is as good as it was for McDowell, Gilliland's a solid short track guy.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised that you went with McDowell at Spire and not Hocevar, because he's been twice.
Well, I think one of them has a good shot at finishing the race.
All right. But yeah, I would say so. Meyer's value play would be McDowell. Mine would probably be Hocevar, and I don't mind that 10-1 on Todd G. Outside of that, though, do you see anything else?
I was looking into Cole Custer. He was damn good here in Xfinity. Damn good. And he did top 10 here in a cup car. But I just can't click the button. There's a 10-1 on him at 365. I just think a lot would probably have to go right for him.
Where is Gilliland, Hocevar, and McDowell in terms of the groups for qualifying?
Gilliland is the only. That's the one thing that worries me is McDowell's goes out in the first group. Gilliland's in the second group. Who was the last guy you wanted to know?
Carson.
Hocevar is early. He is the 7th car off.
Spot. I mean, those Hendrick motors are working for them though.
Right, and that's why I figure if there's a world where McDowell can put it in the top 10 for qualifying, then maybe he holds out at 4-1.
What do you think Cindric does? He's been so like under the radar, pretty solid this year. What do you expect out of him?
I think he probably runs around middle of the race most of the day. I mean, this racetrack just leans itself so much towards those top heavy guys.
Yeah. All right. So for top 10, I think if you can get the number down at Elliott to even money, I don't mind it. Same with Byron. And then in terms of like straight bets, I don't mind Briscoe. I would like even money more, but minus 110, I guess, is okay. Preset plus 110, don't mind it. Busher at even money, don't mind it. And then the long shots we mentioned were McDowell, Hocevar, and Gilly for the top 10.
We didn't mention Yeg's boy Bowman, but Bowman at plus 130 is not bad.
It's not bad, but he's 45-1 to win the race. I kind of feel like that number should be better. Or at least he was 45-1 to win the race on Tuesday when I was doing the show.
Yeah, I've been so freaking busy this week. I usually have everything logged by now, but I don't even know what guy's opened at.
Where is he right now? Wow, he's fat. He's down to 30. He was 40-1. Oh no. 44-1, yeah. So you can't, I mean, doesn't that number feel light? Plus 120 when you're 44-1?
Yeah, that would be in a world where the books made sense. But I mean, when you
Do I
see
think he
17
could top
cars,
10? I do. I think he could top 10. He was one of the guys I thought would qualify well and maybe take a flyer on the fastest laps. But I don't know. Plus 120 feels a little light for a guy that's 45-1.
yeah, I mean, for that was kind of my motivation to bet his top 10 too. Would be you just assume he's going to qualify well. Except he goes out right after Larson, so I mean he's early in Group 1 too.
Love Cole Custer this week. Mind you, I have no idea what I'm talking about. Yeah, Brian, Priest top 10 opened at 2-1. I know. That's what sucks. That sucks. But last week, his top 10 opened at like 250. And I ended up hitting the button. The last two bets I made before we went live were his top 5 and his top 10. He had a phenomenal car. He was guaranteed to finish in the top 5 if that field doesn't flip. I was shocked how good that car was. Ryan Preece.
And that's why I was actually kind of taken back by how many people said it was a good race. I think that people put so much stock on what the last thing they remember seeing, like it being a race off of pit road and all that. But when you literally just flip the field and the people in the back go to the front and the people that were in the front with really great cars can't drive forward, I mean, what does that tell you about these cars?
I thought I saw Ryan tweet something out that oh, by the way, check out the guys at wintherace.info. We use their analytics all the time. Great DFS product. Love those guys. And Greg's probably going to come hang out tomorrow night. Didn't Ryan say that like Gluck puts a poll out every week? It was the lowest percentage of people that like the race since he's been doing the poll or something like that.
I think it was the lowest Darlington
Oh,
one, but it was a 50-50. I think it was like a 55-45.
any race we don't make money in sucks.
Yeah, I know.
That's
But I
my
mean, in just terms
default.
of the racing, like the only person that you saw legitimately pass all day long was Blaney. That was it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Because think about Byron put 12 seconds on the field and didn't pass anybody when he got into third place when the tires equalized.
He was picking up almost a second a lap on the leader at one point.
Yeah, and it didn't matter how old his tires were.
Can't believe I'm just not getting paid out on these incredible bets I make.
That car drives around like Austin Hill at a super speedway. It's not legal.
All right, winning team.
Pass. Unless you want to get the number up on JGR. Hendrick.
Yeah, I mean that's really the only thing you could do in this market, right? You're like, I wouldn't bet Penske at 6-1 because personally, I don't think Joey could win unless he pulls off some kind of pit road strategy. But at least with Joey Logano, you are live to do that because his crew chief will swing, which is part of the reason I like to back people like Joey Logano, because even when they don't have it, you're not dead because they will find a way to get in the race. That said, I think he needs fuckery to win. I don't think Cindric could win. So if I was going to bet, I would just bet Blaney. I mean, I guess you can make the argument that there are 3 guys technically that have run very well for Roush at Bristol in the past. I just can't get there because I don't think they're going to qualify that well. 23XI, pass. I think you're right. The only way you could really bet this market is if there are a couple bets that you guys like out there during the week, you could try to get the number up on Gibbs and Hendrick. Maybe go into the race with both of them at 5-1. You'll have 5 legitimate people that actually 6, 7 legitimate people that could win the race. That's not terrible.
Yeah, I mean, you got a lot of winning equity in just those 2 teams if you get the numbers up to a decent price.
Yeah. I don't hate taking the shot maybe on like 2 flyers that we could make work on Saturday night. We would have to bet it before Saturday night. But if we could find something that we love in MMA, you're in a great spot if you can go into the race with both of those at 10-1. I'll tell you that.
Be one of those
Outside,
2-3 method round
right,
victories right there.
right, exactly. All right. Top Chevy.
Feel like I would just rather bet that Hendrick team.
I agree. I don't think there's really any. I don't even see much value. The number on Elliott is fair. I'll say that. 3-1 is fair, considering how good he is at Bristol and how good he is in the short track package. Fair. But there are 4 people that could legitimately burn you. So top
Yeah.
Ford. Hear me out.
This is going to be good.
Todd Gilliland, 66-1.
You an idiot.
Hey man, if something happens to Ryan Blaney, right?
You mean when something happens to Ryan Blaney?
Oh, come on, man. Come on. It's too soon. If something
It's
happens
every week.
If something happens to Ryan Blaney, I would make Priest and Busher the favorites. So I think Bet365 got the odds right.
Don't you feel like with what we've seen with Barry, would you put Barry in front of Kez and Logano?
Yes. But I'm talking about in terms of the top two choices after Ryan Blaney. I think
Yeah.
Priest and Busher are the right choices.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't disagree there one bit.
The problem is the price. 5-1? Oy
I
vey.
know.
Is that the best available?
I'm looking now.
That is dreadful.
You,
Yeg,
you can
I'm
get
really gonna need you to do your job this weekend, Yeg. And by this weekend, I mean before practice and qualifying.
well, the
We need.
he's got all day tomorrow. He's not going to work.
Oh, really?
You can
Well,
get a Priest at 8-1 at DK. That's more fair.
Yeg, you'll be getting an invite tomorrow afternoon. Just so you know. Go ahead.
You can get a Priest 8-1 and a Busher 6-1 at DK.
I don't mind 6 and 8. It's a scary fade right now to fade Blaney because how do you do that?
The 8 seems to be a little bit of an outlier unless somebody sees something I don't see, which is typically.
Yeah, I agree, Bri. If I was going to take one long shot flyer, though, it would probably be Todd Gilliland, hoping that truck is as good for him as. Why do I keep saying truck? That car
He
is.
said a lot of weird shit tonight. I just
Yeah,
let it go.
that car is as good for him as it was for Michael McDowell. If it is, dude, that number is so fucking wrong. Really think about that. How wrong that number is.
Would you put him ahead of Gregson and Cindric?
If that car performs the way that it has in the past for McDowell, I would put him in front of Josh Berry. That's how wrong that number is.
What is the best number? I mean, there's a 70, bro. A 70.
Let me see.
We can't get it all back from
Dude,
right here?
he's finished 11th, 6th, and 11th in that car. That's what Michael McDowell did in that car.
Yeah, that's why I bet Michael McDowell the top 10.
You're telling me that fucking Todd G can't find a way one time?
I didn't tell you I have a fucking Todd G diecast in the mail.
You know what? Where's that 70?
Caesars.
Oh my God, they'll actually take the bet. I'm betting that.
You
I'm betting that.
fucking
I'm
idiot.
betting. I swear to
Hold
God,
on. Hey,
I'm betting
I
that right
know,
now.
but I need you
Right.
to take a drink of your monster for a minute. Let me log in real quick. Let me
Yeah,
throw a couple shekels down before you fucking obliterate something you shouldn't be obliterating.
I'm betting it for 500. How about that?
You fucking idiot.
Will they not let me bet 500? Oh,
All right. I'm in. Look at you having a panic attack in the chat. Yeah, go over to your Caesars account. Find the top Ford market. Find the name Todd Gilliland. Click the button.
can you imagine if we got 35
All of
units
it
back?
back.
Oh my God. What a redemption arc, Meyer. Bryson wins on Sunday. I'm in the black.
You know what? If that happens, then we'll actually talk about this fake vacation you've been talking about.
Honestly, I've made way worse bets in my life than what we just bet at 70-1.
He can't get up there and hold track position late in the race.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't mind that either, Brian. To be honest,
What?
he's the same. He's the same price.
I don't
Zane's been
mind.
fast in that fucking Long John Silver's car too.
Hey,
Don't kid
hey,
yourself.
guess what? I'll throw a half unit on that too, bro.
Yeah, I mean, why not? They can't hurt us.
Yeah, I mean, not for nothing. We had a great shot of cashing a Zane top 10 and a Todd G top 10 last week, and they stole it from us.
Yeah, Keselowski stole it from us. That
Yeah,
rat
you know
bastard.
what? I'm gonna bet that too, because
I
if
did.
it's the other front row guy, I'll literally be hanging from a fucking bridge.
Yeg. Just set up shop outside of Keg's place for the race. Just stop him from doing anything crazy. Oh no. Yeg said his bet's still being reviewed over at Caesars.
Oh, then you're really cooked, kid. If that's the case, forget about it. Don't even show up to the stream. All right.
Got
I like
Brian
those.
with D.
I
He's
like
got
those.
Zane Pole and a top 10.
This guy. What's the price on Zane Pole?
He probably fucking killed it, whatever it was. 150 to 1.
No shit.
He's going out after Todd, too. He's going to be 27th.
What's his top 10 price?
We got to start searching. You tell me at 365. I'm looking around. DK's had pretty good top 10 prices.
10 to 1. Same price as Todd.
His top 10 is?
Yeah. Do we go right back to him to them
Get
both?
the fuck out of here. It's 360 at DK. To top 10? To top 10.
To top 10, yeah.
Oh my fucking god.
Do we go
DK's out
right?
here with the 360. Get out of my face.
You think we go right back to them both, bro?
I'll fucking drive an hour to get Long John Silver's if he phases us out.
They had it last week. Like when that caution fell, Zane was running 6th and Gilliland was running 12th. They were
Not only was
right,
Zane running 6th, Zane was passing cars to get there.
they were right there. What did
We
you
nailed that. We nailed that top 10 number.
what did
What?
you bet that top 10 on Zane Smith? What was the price, Brian? Wow, Milo, $10 at Caesars, dude. Jesus Christ. The only thing that saves me is I have access to 120 accounts. So
Caesars only has 650 on that top 10. That's a wild number at 365.
we nuked that number by 30.
Damn, I can't get that number. That
45 to
sucks.
1. I'm ordering a Todd G shirt as we speak. Oh, where do you see? Like, I would bet they're top 10 right now. I just don't. Where do you think we can count on them to start? You think we get one of them inside the top 10? You think one of them starts inside the top 10?
They go right after each other on the grid.
McDowell
I think Zane was
started.
faster than Todd last week. But so what have they been doing this year? What has both of them been doing?
In terms of qualifying?
And just like on short tracks, who's had a better finish, who's had better qualifying spots between the two front row
Well,
guys?
short track packages we've been to where? Phoenix and Martinsville, right? That's it.
Yeah.
I'll check Martinsville. You check Phoenix. McDowell started. Why am I looking at McDowell?
So he's gonna top 10 for me.
I'll look at Todd G. I'll look at them both actually at Martinsville.
All right, got Phoenix.
Todd G finished 10th. There, your fucking luck box 10th at 17-1.
Luck my ass. It was all fucking skill. All right, Todd Gilliland finished. He started 27th, finished 17th at Phoenix. Where's our other guy at?
You said it was all skill. Where's Zane at? I can't find him on my fucking list. Oh, here he is.
Can't find him. I can't find him on at
He
Phoenix
finished.
either.
He finished 16th. So they both basically finished in the top 15.
Zane
Bristol.
started 26th, finished 9th at Phoenix. I think Zane's got more speed.
How much money do I want to lose?
You mean how much money do you want to win? What are you talking about? This is where you get it right. You've been waiting for this moment. It's go time.
Is 10-1 the best number we can get on both?
Yeah, there's no 10-1s and anywhere other than 365.
I'll bet it after the show. I'm gonna have to log into 5 different fucking Bet365 accounts. I'm not gonna do that right now.
We're taking the top 10 on those two.
Maybe we are, but I don't want to say anything so the numbers don't get nuked before I fucking bet it.
DK ain't letting anybody take fucking numbers. Well, Todd G is 9, but they got 360 on Zane. That's special.
What's the second best number on Zane?
Outside of 365?
Yeah.
7 at MGM.
If you people in the chat move this number on me, I'm going to be fucking pissed.
Just start. Listen, okay, we'll just move on. We'll move out of this top 10 market. What do you want to talk about next?
Top
Log into
Toyota.
your accounts. Obviously, it's a very tough week to fade Bell and Denny. But I feel like there's a lot of value on Bubba at 14. He shouldn't be priced behind Reddick, in my opinion. At least in Bristol.
Don't worry about it, Yeg, you fuck, because then I won't be able to bet it.
Fucking Yeg.
Yeah, I mean, there's value. I think there's some value on Briscoe at 8-1. I mean, I just can't fade those two dudes. I would rather almost treat it like a group and get the number up to like 3-1 on those two, and fade the rest of them because I think they're that good here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. I mean, treating it like a group is probably not a bad way to approach it. I mean, would you rather just take those two in the group than try to get the number up on JGR?
I don't know.
Or would you rather just have JGR? Now, I mean, you could obviously win the top Toyota bet without winning the race. That's the difference.
True. Wow, Tyler Reddick is 15-1 to beat top Toyota. When is the last time you saw that shit?
Well, he's priced lower than Bubba at DK.
Brian said, I'm the Reddick stand in the space, and he's a fade or avoid at best this week. I bet him before the race last week. Have not thought about him or talked about him one time this week. So I agree. Doesn't feel like his week. I mean, that number tells you everything you need to know. 15-1 to be top Toyota. What is his number normally to be top Toyota? 375?
Yeah, I mean, at worst 5-1, depending on what
some
track
weeks
we're at.
Some weeks he's the favorite, right? Some weeks he's plus 180.
Homestead, he was what, $2?
That's pretty wild, man.
But at Bristol on a short track, wouldn't you put Bubba ahead of him?
Yeah. In 4 races in the next gen era, he's got 2 top 20s. That's it.
Right. That's just crazy.
That's crazy.
It's just a name. It's just a name thing. I tell you
Yep.
what, Ty Gibbs shouldn't be in front of him or fucking Bubba at this point.
Yep. Uh, winning manufacturer, basically the same as betting Chevy and Toyota. I mean, Gibbs and Hendrick. All right, let's look at these groups.
There was
Wow, bro.
group.
How about this? Chase Elliott is plus 425 and Ryan Blaney is plus 350. Heads up against Hamlin and Larson.
Hold on. One more time.
Elliott is 4.25 and Blaney is 350 against Larson and Hamlin, who are like plus 180.
Would you rather do Bell and Blaney at 350 against Denny and Larson?
Bell and Blaney.
You're just subbing Bell in
Yeah.
for Elliott.
It's a very similar bet for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's the difference at DK.
I don't. Are Larson and Hamlin that much of an auto lock that they should be priced like that against Blaney, Elliott, and Bell? Seems a little crazy, doesn't it? I mean, nobody's running to the window to fade Kyle Larson and Denny Hamlin at Bristol, but that seems a little crazy.
Mm-hmm. There's a
Like,
group over at DK that I like a lot.
Group B at Bet365 has Bell at plus 110 against Byron, Briscoe, and Keselowski.
They got Group B at Caesar. That's Byron, Elliott, Briscoe, and Kez. And I mean, Byron and Elliott are plus 140 and 160. This Group C at DK is interesting. It's Ty Gibbs, Bush, Chastain, and Busher. And Busher is the long shot at 3-1.
Say it again. What's the group?
Gibbs, Busher, Chastain, and Bush and Busher.
What do you think about KFB this week? Like in general,
I just can't buy into KB right now.
he hasn't really
He's
looked good anywhere other than Coda. He's just such a monster at this track.
Right, but wouldn't you say the same? I guess not necessarily a monster, but when you say like, should he be plus 230 in a group and then Busher be 3-1?
No, I right now I would definitely make Busher the favorite in that group.
I mean, they're both about the same price. Just to top 10. What's there? And they're both the same price, basically in the outright market too.
I don't see any groups I really like at Bet365. Let me go to DK.
I also like Group D. I think this would be an interesting thing if you can get the 2 legs up. Bubba at plus 230 and Priest at plus 350 over Keselowski and Reddick.
I like that group because I think Reddick is a fade, so it kind of feels like a 2v1. Wow, Gibbs is the favorite in that group, huh?
Mm-hmm.
He would probably be the guy I would pick, as crazy as that sounds, to bet with Busher.
What do you think of Chastain? We haven't really talked about Chastain at all.
I don't mind Elliott and Briscoe against Byron and Logano either. Chastain. Let's see what he's done. He's got two
No
top
top
10.
fives here.
Yeah, he finished 6th in 2022, 10th in the fall race. So he's got 2 top 10s in the next gen era. He's finished
Well, we also
3 out of 4 in the top 15. That's not bad.
well, we know how bad he qualifies.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, he's qualified 36th, 23rd, 12th. Not great.
Yeah, I mean, I think both of those groups are. If you have parlay legs, you like tie them to both of those two people in those groups, and
Nothing's blowing me away yet, though. Like I would say that the DK of the groups we've talked about so far, Group D in DK is probably the best I've heard so far. What's Caesar's
would you
got?
agree it's Bubba and Priest in that group?
Yeah, I would.
Where does Kez go out? Kez is like the 5th car to start qualifying. He goes out really early.
Zane and Todd heads up against Austin Dillon and Cole Custer. Take my fucking money.
Where's that at? Caesars?
Yeah. How invested you want to be, though? That's the problem.
I just don't want to get fucked on pit road. I mean, one time. Come on.
Caesars has Bubba and Busher against Berry and Chastain. I don't mind that either.
Yeah, wouldn't you take the longer? Wouldn't you want the longer number on Priest in that group with Reddick and Kez though? Because Barry could show up, right?
Yeah, but Kez could too, I guess. I don't know. I don't mind either.
You really think Elliott's going to be strong? That Group G, you're getting a good price on Blaney and Elliott. Elliott's 440.
That's what I'm saying. He was 425 at bet 365. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I know it's Larson and Denny. Blaney's the fastest guy on earth right now. And I mean, just look at what Elliott's done at Bristol. He's so good.
Elliott could win that group and not win the race. There's a world where he finishes second to Bell.
Yeah. For sure.
That's a wild number in a fucking 4-person group.
When you know the guy's going to probably qualify in the top 5 and be there all day.
Yeah, did you remember? I mean, obviously Bowman Gray is a fucking it's a circus track, but man, he was fast there, and he was the second fastest in the last part of the fall race too. He's gonna have speed.
Gibbs is getting steam this week. 20 at Circa, 25 at Superbook. Honestly, dude, I want to meet the people that are clicking the button on Ty Gibbs at 20-1.
Or literally walking to the window and handing somebody their hard-earned money.
I mean, is there a tougher click than betting that kid right now at 20-1?
Yeah,
I
was not in the same camp as you on the. You got to show me with a win first. I am fully on board with what you said. I cannot bet Ty Gibbs. I don't care if he wins.
I mean, like 50. Okay. I wouldn't personally hit the button at 40. I can't with this kid until I see him do something.
His attitude behind the wheel is just terrible. And the only reason he top 10 last week is because the entire field flipped. He didn't pass a single soul.
100%. 100%. And but the one thing I will say, he's great here.
Mm-hmm.
And
This is probably his best track.
there is something to be said that he's led over 100 laps in 2 of the last 4 races here. There's definitely something to be said about that. That being said, if he wins the race, I'm probably going to lose a lot. So that's just what it is.
There's a better chance that fucking Todd and Zane get us home in the top Ford market than Ty Gibbs wins this race.
100%. All right. Matchups. Don't mind Elliott over Byron. I really like Chase this week.
Yeah, I gotta go through some more of these. Honestly, I've not looked at any of them.
Don't mind Busher over Chastain. Price is minus 120 though. Don't mind Briscoe. See, like I like the people that are matched up. I just don't like the price. Like Briscoe over Logano this week. Yeah, I think so. But minus 115. Kyle Larson's minus 110 against Denny.
Yeah, that's well, Caesar, it's the other way. It's minus 120 a Larson.
Yeah, that's how I would have thought it would be.
You can get Elliott minus 110 over Blaney.
That's scarier. I would rather bet him at minus 115 against Byron, I think.
I tell you what, it's a tough ask to lay minus 140, but Bell to qualify better than Larson at minus 140. Bell's the second to last car going off. Larson's in Group A.
I just can't lay minus 140.
Man, it feels like he gets that done more often than he doesn't.
You're probably right.
I mean, his average start is just under 7.
Yeah, I mean he's probably the best qualifier in NASCAR.
He's got the second best average starting position here in the next gen car. I mean, come on, Brian, we can't say that. It's not a lock. Come on.
This opened at minus 120. See, like at minus 120, I could get behind that. Maybe minus 140 is a bridge too far.
Would you take Elliott at even money to qualify better than Byron right now?
Yeah, I probably would. Because
He goes 4 spots in front of Byron.
but he's qualified in the top 3, I think, 2 of the last 3 races here. I don't mind that.
Even money's not a bad price.
Mm-hmm. How could Ryan? Oh, okay. I don't mind Priest minus 125 over Reddick, but I would like that number to be a little lower.
Where's that?
Bet 365. I don't mind Busher over Kez at a coin flip.
Yeah, I think I would click that button.
That's at BR.
At even money.
Bell's even money against Denny.
He's even money against Larson too. They're really making you choose sides. What do they have for groups over there? They usually have longer odds, but no, all the groups are kind of shitty.
Kylie says, "What's your top Toyota?" It's so hard this week to pick between Denny and Bell, man, or ma'am. I don't know which one that is. I I I would say if you're going to bet the top Toyota market this week, try to get both of them to 2-1, and just try to scrape a unit's profit.
Well, you can get Bell at 225 by himself.
Where
DK.
and what is
Denny's plus 110.
yeah. Like if you can get both of those guys to 3-1, I would probably take a shot. But it's so hard. And like if something happens to Denny and Bell, I think Briscoe's got a great shot to be top Toyota. It's a tough market this week. Barring variance, though, I think you can count on one of Denny or Bell to be the top Toyota.
Yeah, I mean they're definitely kind of sucking you in with the longer numbers on Reddick Bell or Reddick Bubba. But
Yeah, I couldn't click the button on Reddick, but I don't mind the prices on Bubba and Briscoe. I definitely don't mind them because you could probably count on them to qualify pretty well, especially Briscoe. And Briscoe was really good here for Stuart Haas in inferior equipment. You have to think Marty's car is better than anything he was running at SHR.
and Marty was pretty damn decent here too.
Yeah, he was in the fall. He ran around in the top 5 all day long. So I would say Briscoe would be my third favorite for sure. Don't mind Bubba though. All right, what else we got?
FanDuel just tapped out. No props this week. Nothing.
You know what sucks, man? Like they'll give you stage 1 winner odds on on Wednesday. But the only 3 people that you would ever bet early in the week are all fucking 4-1. Like, I mean,
Yeah, or worse.
what am I supposed to do with that?
Imagine our old buddy lap winner, leader of lap 190 wins the race is still available.
That's funny.
Yeah, I mean, outside, I like the spots that we identified tonight. I am going to bet that Denny top 5 number straight.
Yeah, I'll probably be on that with you. I'll probably be on Bell top 5. And I really don't mind Elliott at plus 150. That's a fair price.
It's kind of an emotional hedge because if Denny doesn't go out in top 5, my season ticket's still alive.
Is it really that much to ask to hit a top 4 at 70-1?
They can't run 1-2.
Is it that much to ask?
I'm getting that die cast. I don't care. Fuck the tariffs. If Todd G goes out there and gets us to top 4,
Just wait till qualifying. One of the starting 5. Yeah, 7 of the last 8. Yep. I think that
and the
week.
problem is,
Yeah, the numbers are going to be nuked worse than they already are nuked. Yeah, I like where we're at. I just
would
have
you
to
take a
figure
top
out.
3 price on any of those guys?
Not a plus 140. That's fucking crazy. That's tough.
Yeah, like what price would you be interested in on anybody the top 3 at Bristol? 175?
Like, what would I want the price to be?
Yeah.
250 or higher. Like Elliott, I don't mind. I see a world where Byron could theoretically finish in the top 3 at 4-1. Long shots, maybe a Busher or a Priest. But I just can't hit the button to finish in the top 3 at plus 145. I'm not built like that. The only thing I really have to decide is, am I going to bet these cars I think are going to qualify well before the race? And by before the race, I mean tomorrow night. What time is qualifying on Saturday?
Hold on. So we got to talk about 11:30 for Xfinity, 2:00 for Cup. Do you want to touch on the Xfinity and the trucks? Numbers are absolutely blown out because of Larson.
Yeah, this fucking guy. Like, come on, man. You can't help us. You got to be in every race this weekend.
Yeah, but this is your opportunity to make money. If he fucks up, right, this is your opportunity to make money in these. Because if it's not him, what is Heim? 175? What's Riggs? 3-1?
So, talking about the trucks, Lane Riggs and Corey Heim would be my 2 guys. My problem is I don't mind the McAnally trucks because of what Eckes has done here in the past. But I think that they will probably need something. I don't think that they'll have like the winning speed. I think that they'll need a little bit of like what happened with Hemrick the other week for you. But like my issue is last year we were hitting Lane Rig top 5s at 8-1. His top 3 price with Kyle Larson in the race. So you could basically just X out one spot. Is plus 130? That's where we're at now?
I mean, they got the data now. They've seen it.
Like, I think I think the market's priced right. Like Larson should be your favorite. Riggs and Heim should be your second and third choice. And then everybody else. I think the books got it right.
I think the one thing we got to worry about is we might not get P and Q for trucks.
Did you hit the button on what I told you to hit the button on?
You'll have to be more specific. I hit a lot of buttons.
14-1 top 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was at the golf course. I don't miss that one.
Isn't that crazy? He finished 4th and 6th.
Yeah, I mean, the number is crazy. But we might not get P and Q due to rain.
Yeah. I was talking to Greg, and he was like, don't get excited. We might get rained out. Might be a doubleheader on Saturday. But today he told me that the weather is looking better. We should be okay. So I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't kept up with it. I just knew there was like an 80% chance of rain earlier in the week. So
if I was going to give you my top 5 for trucks, it would be Larson, Zane, you fucking idiot. Larson,
tough.
Corey Heim, Lane Riggs, I'm gonna say Matt Crafton. I don't really care about his odds. And probably one of the McAnally trucks. I
I
don't
think you
know.
could just count on the McNally trucks being somewhere in a position if chaos ensues late.
Who's in the McAnally trucks right now? It's Hemrick, it's
And
Ankrum.
Ankrum.
Do they have a third truck?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I would probably put the two McAnally trucks behind those guys. I would say Larson, Heim, Riggs,
Brandon
Crafton.
Jones. Brandon Jones is in the race too.
Oh, is he really? What's he running?
He is in the one that Bell runs in.
Oh, Sawalich's car truck.
Hmm.
I mean, him and Zilich ran this race last year and didn't do anything with it. Zilich was on pole and finished 20th.
So I always find this interesting. Where do you give Larson a bigger edge? Is it in the trucks or is it in the Xfinity race?
Actually,
Because
that's a
he
lie.
is a bigger favorite in the Xfinity race.
Yeah, but I just want to correct that. Sawalich ran both races. I was thinking about Spire. Yeah, that's a really tough. That's a tough one. I what is he in? The Spire, the 7?
Mm-hmm.
I
He's
think
in the '07. The '07. Corey Day's in the 7.
my gut says we have a better chance to beat him in the truck race than the Xfinity race because that car in Xfinity is much more consistent and better than the Spire trucks. Wouldn't you agree with that?
So my question about this is like the talent with Allgaier in his car and that Junior Motorsports car, is that closer to Larson than Heim, Riggs, or anybody else in the trucks?
Well, there's nobody in the truck series that is even
Remotely close.
remotely in the same. I would say that Corey Haim's truck is so good that if anybody could overcome it, it like just like if his truck doesn't turn off a few weeks back, Larson doesn't win that race. Corey Haim wins
Mhm.
that race. Like I don't know how many more people outside of Corey Haim that you can count on to hang with Larson. So I think that there's a better chance that Larson could run clean in the trucks. Like the problem with Xfinity is it, and I know you said they were spoken to, expect the race to be a little less volatile than normal because they're probably going to be minding their P's and Q's this week. I don't buy that for a second, dude. These people, they're do you remember Howard Stern's Whack Packers? You,
That might have been a little bit before I was listening to Howard
you
Stern,
remember
but
like you remember like Beetlejuice?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you remember. I mean, the Xfinity series is the fucking Whack Pack. They're out of their minds, bro. They drive like they're literally like they're driving for dinner, and if they don't get dinner, they're gonna starve later that night and die. That's how they drive. And I think that's how they're always going to drive because they're just not that good. The majority
Well,
of them are just not that good.
and I think that like just the spirit of competition and just being a competitive race car driver and wanting to win is going to take over on a late restart. And people are going to drive like assholes on a restart. It's just going to happen every time. I don't
Yeah.
like They're not gonna, and I
Right.
don't think you see, even with NASCAR's threats of black flagging somebody, I don't think
Right.
that's gonna happen.
I agree. Yeah, because people like Sam Mayer and Austin Hill and Sammy Smith, they're programmed one way. I just don't see how that changes all of a sudden. I don't see it.
Yeah, I mean, if it's as egregious as it was 2 weeks ago, then I think you see, or last week or whatever it was, I think you see NASCAR try to make a statement out of it after the race. But I think it's probably just another Austin Dillon thing. There's going to be another penalty.
So I'm going to go with a two-part answer. First part of the answer, I think there's a better chance Larson has better equipment in Xfinity than he does in trucks. Second part of the answer, there's a better chance he gets caught up in some bullshit in Xfinity than he does in trucks. Because I think in trucks, he could run away and maybe just run out away from all the chaos for the most part. I could see him, just because of the people around him, getting caught up in something on Saturday. So it's like a split answer on both sides. Very tough to call. That would be my answer.
You think there's a world where he could do the KB and sweep
3?
the entire weekend?
Yes.
You know the last. Do you
100%.
know that the last place that it was done was here?
Bristol, right? It was KB.
KB. Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
KB's done it twice, and both times he did it was Bristol.
It has to be the only reason Larson's running 3 races this weekend.
That's what I was thinking too. Like, what else does he have to check off his list? You know what I mean?
It has to be the only reason he's running all 3.
And it's crazy the way that it broke for him last time, that he didn't get it in the most dominant equipment that he had. Was the one race he didn't win, the Homestead Series.
Out of curiosity, what are
It was
they?
16. It was 16:30. I bet it.
You bet it?
I did.
You bet a guy to win 3 races at 16 to 1, huh?
I did. I want to be a part of history.
And you know what's crazy? You'll get rewarded for that fucking dreadful bet you made.
Oh, well, thank you.
16 to 1, Meyer.
Yeah. It's
I mean,
actually it's actually a higher price than it was when he did it at Homestead.
but he didn't do it at Homestead, remember?
Well, when he raced all 3.
Because we got fucked. He should have done it.
The best car that he had lost.
Yeah, he should have done it.
Well, he should have lost the truck race.
I thought about tying Scotty to Larson.
Oof.
Earlier today, it was like 20 to 1 hit, or like 24 to 1 him to win the Masters and Larson to win on Sunday.
What's the price on Scotty now?
Oh, he's like 2 to 1 now. He was like 450.
So since we're on the subject, I mean, is tweet of the day not George victory lap and Zach Johnson 18 minutes into the Masters tournament? Did you see it?
Oh, George? Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
George is he's shot. I responded to the tweet. I was like, this can't be a real tweet on Thursday afternoon, George. We're better than this.
It wasn't in the afternoon. What was it? 11 a.m. I mean, the guy's on hole 4, and we're victory lapping like the Masters is over.
For the love of God, Bryson DeChambeau, I've never asked you for anything.
Yeah, good start.
Larson Trucks, Larson Xfinity, Piastri. Who wins F1 signed? Piastri? Is that what we're going with?
His odds are getting a lot closer to Lando's. And honestly, he had a better car than Lando. Just that team racing at F1 is wild. They wouldn't let Piastri by Lando to go run down Max last week, and he had the car to do it. I think that Oscar beats Max if they let him by.
Did you win the race? I was sleeping. I didn't even bet it.
I had the double McLaren podium tied to some things, which obviously died a horrible death on Sunday. But, I mean, McLaren finished 2-3.
When is that race?
It'll be early Sunday morning or late Saturday night, however you want to look at it.
Like,
They're doing free practice tonight, I think.
Why are we running races at 2 a.m.?
Because it's in fucking Bahrain.
But, like, isn't everything geared towards America? Like, fucking start the race at noon
No.
Eastern.
Oh, wow. Sign says 11 a.m. Sunday.
All right. This is what I'm talking about. Thank you. I mean, I don't know. I guess I can't really break your balls that badly for tying them to win every race, but that number is just pathetic. 16-1. So
I thought it was crazy that it was higher price than his Homestead price.
What are Piastri's odds to win the race?
I think the best I saw was 2.
That's where we're at, huh?
He's damn good, man.
Piastri's 2-1 now instead of 8-1, like last year.
Yeah, I mean they figured it out. Yeah, he's 2-1 at MGM.
Brian said, for what it's worth, Eckes won here from the pole last spring, and Hemrick has an awesome history here. Yeah, I mean, those McAnally trucks on short tracks are phenomenal. So I get it. I get it for sure.
I mean, out of curiosity, what's his top 5 price?
Well, last time I checked, it was like 280 because he's around 20-1.
250.
Yeah, like I think that's a good bet. That's a bet that I could see myself betting.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind that price.
I think it's going to be real hard to beat Kyle Larson, though.
Same. I mean, Heim's definitely got the truck to do it, though. You like you said, you think Heim's got a better shot of beating Larson than Allgaier does in Xfinity?
Do I think Heim has a? Yeah, you know what? Only because of the pit crew. Yeah, Allgaier's pit crew should be studied in a fucking lab.
They pull them dudes out of the fucking infield center where they're drinking all day with Boyer before the race starts. I swear.
I mean it. They should be studied in a lab. That pit crew.
In all honesty, Junior should be fucking having team meetings and getting that fixed.
How could he talk about these races in that good of a mood? If I own that car on Saturday, I would be. It's amazing. I love that guy though, bro. I love that guy so much.
Junior?
Yeah, he's like the nicest dude.
Yeah, he'd be a fun guy to have a drink with. His stories, his podcast is pretty good. I like this.
Hey man, if we can get Danny Hemrick top 5 home and one more top 5 home at 14-1, who cares who wins the race?
True.
That top 5 number is now 8-1, by the way.
Yeah. How do you think your boy Stewie runs?
I think
a fast truck this year.
He has. I think like he would be a top 10 bet if they offered the market. But like, counting on him to hit the top 5. Here's what I'll say: the price isn't bad, based on the speed that he's shown at times this year. But there is a very good chance you lose that bet. But could he top 5? He could. You're right. He has been fast this year.
How many laps into the race do you think Norm Betting makes? 30?
What do you think about Majeski? What do you think?
He's got a win here in trucks at Bristol, right?
Pretty sure. He finished 8th in the fall.
He's got 1 win, 1 top 5, 2 top 10s. So only led 45 laps here.
Something happened with his motor because he ran around in 4th all day in the spring, but he finished 34th. Wouldn't shock me if my guy Caden Honeycutt makes an appearance.
Yeah, I mean, this definitely could be the race that Lane Riggs wins too, But
oh yeah, I mean he's the best short track. He had the best short track results in 2024 by a mile. He was so fucking good, man. In 2024 on short tracks, it was crazy. So, like, if I was betting the outright market this week and I was going to try to beat him, I would bet Riggs, Heim, and probably Hemrick. Those are probably.
he started 18th in the fall race last year, drove to the front and won. Majeski did.
Majeski?
Yeah.
And
started 18th, finished stage 1 and 8th, finished stage 2 and 4th, led 80 laps and won the race.
That's Lane Riggs, not Majeski.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry. I was looking at both of them. Yeah.
All good.
That was Lane. That was Lane in the fall.
Yeah. Yep. But like the thing is, like, do you want to get 3 units deep? Faden.
Yeah, get killed by Larson.
Like, I guess at least you would be live this Saturday if he won on Friday night because you bet him to win all 3. Unless you basically just bet 3 units on him as a hedge. But you can't even do that because they're setting Riggs at, like, what are these guys, 6-1?
Yeah. And it doesn't matter where Larson starts this race. That number will not move. It won't get better. I'll just say that.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
Like it would only get worse. And if he's leading the race 5 laps in, the numbers he'll be minus 175. What we've seen so far this year.
But, like at a track like Bristol, like if you're going to try to beat this guy in trucks, right? Even though he's so good here, this is the kind of track to do it. Like a track where you can get caught up in lap traffic. You can get screwed because some guy bumps you. And
there could be 100 cautions just due to these truck driver skills being not great, and they can't get away from each other.
Yeah, I've been working on it for 3 months, dude. You see this thing right here? Google ad space number. I waited for 5 weeks to get that set up. They sent me the wrong one. The number doesn't work. I got to wait another 5 weeks. That's how I'm doing.
So I guess the question would be: does he get out to a lead far enough, like he did in the Cup race, where it doesn't matter, where he's got 3 and 4 seconds on these guys, and it doesn't
That's
matter if they catch him or not?
a definite possibility. Yeah, for sure. It's definitely possible. Which is why, yes, we can get these incredible numbers. I'm just so tentative for us to not get killed.
Yeah, I would say like the thing about the two, like Heim and Riggs, if they qualify in the first 2 rows, their numbers will go down, but Larson's probably doesn't move.
Yeah,
I mean,
same for Hemrick too. Like he might go down to 14-1 or 13-1 if he qualifies really well.
right. I think we could definitely wait for. I think we could wait to bet anybody live. And I don't know if you want to get the number up on Larson going into the truck race by himself, and then just hope that you get really good value during the race.
I mean, in a perfect world, I would like to have him at 4-1. Try to get the number up slightly on Riggs and Heim and bet Hemrick. Use him as a hedge at 4-1. If he wins, I break even in the outright market, and hopefully we hit some props. If he doesn't win, then we're live. I kind of think that's the way you handle it.
Well, I fully expect you and Yeg in the lab early when the sun comes up tomorrow.
Let me tell you what I better not hear out of that kid's mouth this weekend. Keg, I really, really need you to do your job this week. I've earned the right to no longer hear that.
How long do you think you go before you hear it?
He's
35 seconds.
he's gonna type it in the fucking YouTube chat right now. NASCAR Series. Let's take a look at that real quick. Bristol app. Not you too.
Still got to dig into the Xfinity race. I haven't done that at all.
Neither have I. Who'd they come out with as I assume it's Allgaier is their favorite after Larson.
Yeah. Yeah. 450.
God,
They
these
got Brandon
numbers.
Jones tied for your second favorite after Allgaier, too.
Brandon Jones, he's 15-1.
And or 365's got him at 9-1.
Wow. I mean, he has been fast this year. I mean, I don't think he should have actually won a race, but he's been real fast. He's been a top.
He's been finishing in the top 10, top 5.
But that's the thing, man. Like these guys, like a Willie B, that are just there to pick up the pieces when shit goes wrong in front of them,
Especially in that series.
Yeah.
And it has as many late restarts as they get.
Wow, Ryan Sieg is 70-1. What's he done?
Sawalich is 70-1. Time's running too. Austin Hill's 22-1.
Last year it was Custer, Creed, Smith, and Love.
What do you think about Jesse Love? What's his top 5?
Custer's not in the race, right?
No.
Allgaier won in 2023. Allgaier should have won in 2022. He was first after the second stage, finished 10th. He probably should have won that race. I'm sure his pit crew fucked him somehow.
What do you think about Jesse Love top 5 at 2-1?
Has he only been at this track one time?
It looks like. Ran a lot of short tracks in ARCA.
Chandler Smith is he in the 81 still?
Chandler Smith is in trucks.
Oh, right.
Remember? He lost his full-time ride in Xfinity.
Right. Oh, I remember this race. Dale Earnhardt Jr. ran in that
He was
car.
running the Mayo car, remember?
Yeah, the 88.
The Hellman's Mayo car.
That sucks that he's not running. He was good too, man.
I think it'd be fun to watch him go run Rockingham.
Ryan Sieg finished in the top 8. He's 70-1, huh?
He's got 3 top 10s.
What is his top 10 number? Do we have
Where can you get
Xfinity?
top 10?
I was just gonna ask. Dude, he finished. Wait a minute. 70-1 might be the number this weekend, Meyer. He finished 6th here in 2022. What's his top 5?
8-1, 7-1.
We can't get a fucking top 10 market. Eck is on my radar in Xfinity again this week. Yeah, he's been low-key strong, man. He's been on that leaderboard a lot.
It's MGM. For a guy that's 70-1, I mean, 8-1 to top 5 is crazy.
That is a little crazy. Now that I think about it.
ESPN has top 10, but I thought, do you still have a Hard Rock? Because I think they do top 10s too.
I do have a Hard Rock freshie. I actually have 2 Hard Rock freshies.
They
But
might have a top 10.
I don't think that I think they limit you right from the door. Like, I don't even think I might not be able to get a bet, not even one bet down.
MGM doesn't even have finished positions. I thought 365 had top 10s in Xfinity.
I thought so too.
I know they have this year a couple of times.
What do they have on the Sieg top 10?
They don't have top 10.
Oh, he's even money. Dude, he's even money to top 10 at ESPN. And he's 70-1 to win the race.
Yeah, see, that's fucking bonkers, dude. Like, what is, hold on here. Sawallick 65-1 to win the race outright at 365. And he is 2-1 to top 10 at ESPN.
Yeah. You know what that tells you? I'm right. That's what it tells you. They know.
His top 5, yeah.
They don't think he's got a fucking prayer to win the race because Larson's in there and Allgaier and Mayer, but they know he's going to probably run around that top 10.
Yeah, they don't want you to bet his top 10. 36.
He can't find.
He's the last car at even money. There's 13 cars at even money or worse to top 10.
Oh, I kind of like that call, man.
Time to Larson to win the Xfinity race, or the truck race, or the Cup race, something.
Oh. Does Caesars have top Ford for Xfinity? I'd be interested to know.
They usually only do one manufacturer, and if people bet it, they shut it down.
Well, let's shut it. I'll shut it down right now. Let it be top
No,
Ford.
they don't have manufacturer. There's a name, Donald Veal. Haven't seen him in the chat for a while. Your old buddy.
What's up, Donnie Veal? My guy. We got to be on the lookout for that. I'd be interested.
They usually drop it earlier in the week, and if somebody bets it, they take it down, and then they don't open it again. It was the same thing they did with groups last week.
Muppets. Surrounded by Muppets.
Yeah, like why open the lines and then just you take action on it and then you just shut it off?
What about matchups and groups with him? Anything out there?
No. Eckes is in Group B with Quapple, Sammy Smith, Taylor, Gray. He's the long shot at 310.
God, I feel so locked into NASCAR. I can't cash a ticket if my daughter's life depended on it. But God, am I locked in right now?
The same groups at 365. He's not in any head-to-heads anywhere either.
That sucks. I mean, I don't hate the right as of right now. That 8-1 top 5 might be a look. Where did he start? Started 7th? No. Yeah, in 2023, he started 7th. Where did he start in 2024?
Isn't the crazy thing is he's top 10 every time he's been here?
I mean, what are we talking about? Could he find a little something extra? Squeak into that top 5 for us?
It seems like he's always qualified right outside the top 10. 11th, 12th, 10th, 7th, 12th.
So that number, you think that number gets better if we wait?
I mean, if he qualifies, I mean, they're kind of telling you they expect him to qualify right around there, right?
Yeah. It's crazy the value we have to squeeze out of these markets now.
Listen, I just need you to channel one thing this weekend, and that's Zane Todd Gilliland. It's the only thing I need you thinking about tonight.
We tried that last week.
We should have got fucking paid out on it, too. Listen, all you can do is make the right bets at the right time.
All right, boys. You know where we're at. We got a big weekend ahead. Tomorrow night we'll be live. We will be live all day and night on Saturday for subscribers. So you guys could use the promo code NASCAR is back for a 1-week free trial at Nuke the House. If you haven't used it already, I encourage you to do it. And then Sunday, obviously, we have the race. We have the final day of the Masters. So we got a big weekend ahead. Momentum has to change in our favor at some point. And I am going to go record the Odd Shopper video right now. So for Meyer, I'm Keg. We will see you guys tomorrow night. We're out. Later.
Later.